We are here with Mr. Martin Rickert, the President of the Board for the VDDI. Mr. Rickert, how is the international economic crisis affecting the German dental market and which sectors are mostly stroked?
We are in the, let's say, a little bit lucky situation that the dental industry in Germany is not hit as much by this crisis as the overall economy is. We've been thinking about this and we have explanations for that. The services and the products that our industry offers to our customers are requested due to the wish of the patients to have good, functional and healthy and also aesthetic teeth, which is a difference compared to, let's say, other consumable products. So the patients are willing to pay for healthy and aesthetic teeth even in times of crisis. Nevertheless, there are fields that are affected, and this is due to the ability of the dentists to invest. You know, the dentists also are a little bit insecure on what the future will bring to them. Sure. And so they might postpone some bigger investments. So what we see is that the consumables and the smaller devices are only very, very few or not affected, and some bigger investments like the treatment units, for example, are a little bit more affected, and this is due to the postponing of bigger investments in the dental offices and dental practices and also in the laboratories.
In your opinion, what measures do you think the government should take in the economical crisis of these days?
In my opinion, concerning the dental sector, the government should not mainly take measures helping the overall economy, but for us, it would be much more helpful if we would have a very good health policy, which means that the reimbursement from the assurance system has to be easy and good, and also the what we in Germany call the GOZ, which is the list of prices for certain services the dentist can and certain treatment methods and treatments the dentist can do to the patient. This has to be in a shape that allows the dentist and the technician to, on the one hand, invest in innovations and new products, and on the other hand, also having an attractive profession for young persons who have a long education, who are very, very skilled and want to do a good service to the patients. This is the main thing that's important for us, and not the overall, let's say, economic policy they do.
Which international markets is the German industry focusing on at present, and what strategies do you have to enter them successfully or to promote your products abroad?
Let's say normally in the day-to-day business, the German dental industry is has a very good footprint in the big dental markets. The biggest dental markets, the three ones looking to the nations, is the United States, Japan, and Germany. But we have to look to Western Europe as a whole market. So in these traditional markets, the German dental industry is very well presented. And this is because of the good flow of innovations that we are constantly bringing year by year. The emerging markets concerning growth is mainly the Eastern Europe markets. They suffer a little bit in the last couple of months, but in general we have the Eastern European markets who are very, very much growing. And also here, the German companies are well presented. They build up their service networks and also are focusing on, let's say, products that are more and more dedicated to these markets. They have different demands. This is coming from the education of the dentists and also the demand from the patients in these markets.
What type of products, like dental materials, equipment, treatments, are in expansion and offer the best prospects or opportunities to you?
Also now looking, let's say, to the medium-term perspective, we see still an ongoing trend and a growth trend on the implants, for example. Although also here, for several reasons, we have a little bit of a, let's say, stabilization on a high platform right now. This is good prospects. On the big equipment side, I mentioned before, they are suffering a little bit, but there is one exception, which is the digitalized products. For example, the 3D X-ray, growing very, very fast, and also, let's say, all the minimal invasive products. Minimal invasive products which are dedicated to the endodontics, to the paro treatment, and these kinds of treatments are having a growth perspective in the future. On the other hand, still ongoing the trend to have new materials for more aesthetic restorations.
How does the German dental industry deal with the increasing presence of new producing countries such as China, Brazil and India?
How do they deal with that? It's really not that a big problem for us, to be open. We have a wide spread of qualities in the dental products, and we are dedicated to the high quality products here. And as there is in the dental industry compared to the other industries, we have smaller quantities. You know, this is 500, this is 1,000, this is maybe 10,000 a year, and for these smaller quantities, it's very hard to find high quality production in these countries you mentioned. So these countries are more dedicated to produce, let's say, the lower end of the product range, or no products here, because they are more focused on high quantities, and the dental industry doesn't provide products with these high quantities. So there is not a big problem with that for us. Our factories here are used to produce in these quantities and to deliver high quality for that, and we will remain doing that.
What do you think about the delocalization of production in countries offering lower manufacturing costs, such as Eastern Europe and China, India and others? And what are the advantages in middle or long term and the main problems connected to this?
It's a little bit similar to the point I mentioned before. There is certain parts for certain products that are, let's say, you can source in these countries. But finally, the end product and the core parts of these products, and this is the case for almost the whole range of the high-end dental products, have to be produced here, have to be assembled here, have to be tested here. The R&D is done here. So we can take some advantages for certain components, which might be also standardized. But it's a question of what you can outsource and what you keep here, and the core of the products will be kept here in Germany. I'm quite sure that this will be the case, and only those parts that are not so complicated and because of standardization might be in higher quantities, we might source in those countries.
How much is the German dental industry investing in R&D innovation?
This is one of our big strengths. We are investing, if you want to hear money, roughly around 8% of the sales every year. But you must not only look to the money. Here we have a very, very good network in Germany between the dental industry, the dentist itself, the research institutions, the universities, and the hospitals. And this is a very important network, and here is coming the new ideas, here is coming the new demands and the new technologies. And then a new product is developed, and then we bring it to the worldwide market. So it's on the one hand, it's money, it's engineering capacity, and on the other hand, it's a very good working network between these several institutions that brings us to new products.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.